Chat, we are so cooked. Belal Muhammad just beat Leon Edwards, and this is the UFC fans, this is the MMA fans 9/11, boys. Never forget. This is gonna be a quick recap. I gotta get to work pretty soon, but yeah, UFC 304 just took place. Belal Muhammad beat Leon Edwards in the main event. It was a decent card. It was very slow for a long part of it. It was fun at the start, dead through the middle, fun towards the end, apart from the very end. But Belal is the new champion. Tom Aspinall flatlined, or not flatlined, but whooped up and finished Blades in a minute, and a whole bunch of other stuff happened. So yeah, I'm going to recap the entire card, and yeah, let's get into it. Elise Ardeline versus Shauna Bannon. I picked Shauna Bannon to win, because even though Elise Ardeline is caked up, she really has no skill, and that proved once again tonight. I believe her record moves to 9-6, so she's almost... just flip those two numbers around. That's what I'm trying to do with Elise Ardeline, if you know what I'm saying. But no, her face is clapped though. But anyway, regardless, the fight was alright. Split decision in the end, 30-27 Shauna Bannon, and then alternating 29-28 scorecards. It was pretty dead. Who cares? Shauna Bannon just kept, she's the female Duplessis apparently. She's kept running in with her fucking hands down, doing, with no defense. It was spectacular to watch. Anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, Mick Porkin got a finish. He got his first UFC finish, the more you know. All I'm going to say is white British men. That combination was undefeated on the card. Obviously, there were some British people that lost, Leon Edwards, but white British men, obviously Molly McCann's white, and British, but a woman, debatable, but that's the stat. White British men or white UK fighters, as long as they weren't fighting another white UK fighter with Hadley and Loughran, every single one of them won. And Mick Porkin was the first of those white UK men to get the win. He finished Lucas Bershke in the first round, rocked him bad. I think it was a right hand, finished him off. Bershke, I should have picked Porkin by TKO. I still picked him to win by decision, but I should have picked the guy that got finished by Waldo Cortez Acosta to also get finished by Porkin. So good job to Mick Porkin, gets the win. I started off 2-0. Let's move on though to the next fight. Next up, we had Sam Patterson, another white UK man, versus Kiefer Crosby, and he won by arm triangle in the first round. Easy for Sam Patterson, not really much going on the feed. He looked very open, but whatever. Gets the takedown, gets to mount. He's just so much bigger than his opponents on the ground, just outsizes them and dominates them on the ground. And that's what Sam Patterson did. He won the fight by arm triangle. Pretty comfortable victory for him. I got that fight right as well, so 3-0 to start. But yeah. Let's move on though to the next fight. Next up, Marcin Pacino versus Modestas Paskus was another arm triangle finish. This one was in the third round after a back-and-forth competitive fight. I forget what the scorecards were. I think I had it 1-1, maybe 2-0 Paskus, because it was weird. In the first round, he was just, I think, doing a bit better with the punches. He hurt Pacino a little bit. Pacino was landing good leg kicks. Second round, Paskus had him pretty badly rocked, kind of dropped him, but then actually got head kicked from... Pacino somehow managed to throw up a head kick from close range and somehow rocked Paskus from that. Third round comes out, Pacino rocks him early, Paskus gets the takedown, gets the head and arm, and didn't even get it off to the side. He actually got it from cross body, which is really hard to get, so he must have had a lot of squeeze, or Pacino just really wasn't trying to fight that hard. But again, I got this fight right, started 4-0, but yeah, we went downhill after this. So let's move on to the next fight. Elliott versus Preston Parsons. This was another UK man who won. Elliott won, I think it was 30-27, 29-28. He just did way better. He stuffed pretty much all of the takedowns from Preston Parsons. He had some success himself with the grappling. He just did a little bit better with the striking on the front foot. Parsons, they were both landing some leg kicks, both doing a whole lot of nothing on the feet. But yeah, it was Elliott who had a lot more moments in the grappling. Actually took the back at moments. Parsons really couldn't get any takedowns until the third round. And yeah, it was a pretty comfortable decision for Elliott. Let's move on though to this was the first fight I got wrong, by the way, and a sign of things to come, because I did pretty bad from here on. But let's move on to the next fight. Manel Kape versus Muhammad Makhachev. This shit had the build-up of McGregor versus Khabib, and then the fucking end result of Adesanya versus Romero. This was literally like Colby versus Leon from Wish. Or not even from Wish, because that was shit too. This was literally Colby versus Leon, I swear, just yapping in the build-up, and then a whole lot of nothing. Makhachev should have arguably got a fucking point taken. I think he won 2 29-28s and a 30-27, I think. 30-27 I disagreed with, but I don't really care. The fight was so shit. There was so little going on that you could really give it to anyone. But let this not take away from the fact, Dana, I just watched the press conference, Dana just publicly cut Muhammad Makhachev. He literally just said, he was asked, is Makhachev a guy you want to re-sign? He literally said, the PFL's going to get a great undefeated fighter. Good luck to them. Oh my God. Dana just publicly cut Muhammad Makhachev at the press conference. Based Dana White. He was on smoke too. He was literally being like, I'm not giving them more money for bonuses. These fights were shit. They proved like the main event sucked. Like, he was just not afraid to say anything. He was just yapping his head off. I mean, he did glaze John Jones, of course. That was expected. But regardless, it was hilarious. But yeah, the fight itself, Makhachev tried to literally dack and like pull down the pants of Manel Cap. Very haram behavior. If Allah wills it, you know, you can pull down another man's pants, that's fine, whatever. But yeah, fight was shit. Like, nothing fucking happened. They got the pick wrong. Cap broke his toe or some shit. He was trying to put it back in during the middle of the fight. At one point, he got eye poked, turned around, and then Makhachev ran at him and tried to punch him. Makhaev's a rat. I hate him. And yeah, glad that Dana White's probably going to cut him from the fucking promotion, which is amazing. It's hilarious stuff. If that actually does happen. But anyway, let's move on to the next fight. Next up, Callum Loughran versus Jake Cadley. Jake Cadley missed weight as a flyweight moving up to bantamweight, and then Callum Loughran decided that he thought he was good at striking and only started shooting takedowns in the second and third. It probably wouldn't have mattered because he did get outstruck regardless. He got his takedowns stuffed. But yeah, there was like no takedowns in round one. Hadley was just way quicker than him, flyweight speed. Loughran's shit. He's a little manlet fucking dwarf wrestler who doesn't even have that good takedowns. Yeah, so Jake Hadley gets the win. Let's move on though to the next fight. Next up, we had Molly McCann getting beaten up by Bruna Brazil. Funny part of the best part of this fight was her getting clit shotted and almost having to take time because she got kicked in the pussy. But yeah, she got beat the fuck out of the whole fight. She kept getting hurt to the body, knee to the body, beaten up. She had some moments, but really, Molly McCann is not a good fighter. I don't know why there was ever hype on her. Yeah, I picked her, but that's because, like, Bruna Brazil's not good. But yeah, we've got to start really treating Molly McCann as a bottom-of-the-barrel fighter in the women's divisions. Like, she's not like if they're not really, really good, she'll win. Like, no, she lost to Julia Stoliarenko and Bruna Brazil. Just because she beat Diana Belbita. Belbita's actually attractive. Obviously, they're not going to win fights. Bruna Brazil's ugly enough to where she can actually win. So yeah, Molly McCann, terrible stuff. Looked shit. And that was what, my fourth in a row. I started off 4-0, and then the next four fights I all got wrong. So that was rough. Let's move on though to the next fight. Next up, Nathaniel Wood versus Daniel Pineda. This was shocking stuff. Not shocking, no. It was, what am I saying? It was a good fight. It was a fun fight. Good performance from Nathaniel Wood. The reason I said it was shocking is because I had a bet on Nathaniel Wood by TKO, and this man fucking hurt Pineda like 17 times. Had him out of there, hurt to the body, rocked to the head. He had him done so many times and just couldn't find the finish. It was very frustrating. But still, he looked great for the first two rounds. Third round kind of just got held down, but yeah, he pieced him up a little bit first two. Hurt him bad to the body with kicks. Rocked him with punches. He looked really good, but then, yeah, third round just couldn't impress. Let's move on, though, to the next fight. Next up, we got Arnold Allen versus Giga Chikadze. Arnold Allen won by pretty clear decision. I gave him the second and third. Arguably won the first two. I think a judge gave it 30-27. Maybe not. Maybe it was all 29-28s, actually. But yeah, Arnold Allen looked great. Second and third round. His boxing's real clean. His kicks were good. Didn't actually mix in any wrestling, which was surprising. But yeah, he looked very solid here. Giga landed some decent shots early. Giga was very close to landing a flying knee at one point. Allen landed a front kick back. That was a cool little sequence that they had. But yeah, I picked Allen by decision. It was a pretty confident call, and he gets it done. So let's move on to the next fight. Gregory Rodriguez versus Christian Leroy Duncan. I picked CLD for whatever reason. I don't know. I thought he would do some goofy shit and catch him. I was like, the finishing potential's real high for CLD. Robocop's open. He's a bit chinnable. But no, Robocop's a better fighter. He's got better grappling. He showed that too. Even his striking was better. CLD really didn't look all that good. It's like when you're not just a complete shell and allow yourself to get teed off on, CLD really just doesn't have that much success. So it was a great performance from Robocop. 30-27 decision. Clear, dominant. Gets the win. I got this pick wrong as well. So yeah, I think at this point I was 6-5 on picks by this stage. So yeah, rough times for me. Let's move on though to the next fight. Addy the body lad, I fucking told you, mate. I fucking subbed this man immediately. I ain't calling no fucking man born from his mother name Bobby. I ain't calling him fucking King, lad. You best believe it. Paddy Pimblett. That was an awful impression. Who cares? Anyway, Paddy Pimblett gets the win by first round sub. Was not on my bingo card, was not on my predictions that I had for this at all. I thought he was going to win a grappling-based decision where it was arguable he lost on damage. But no, Green's retarded. Green shot a takedown immediately and got subbed. First guillotine, held the guillotine to set up for the triangle while Bobby Green was worrying about the guillotine. Gets him in the triangle, cuts the angle, was really nice. Surprised Bobby didn't go out earlier. Maybe he didn't, he was just being triangled while unconscious. But in the end, Paddy gets the armbar, and then it was pretty easy to tell when Bobby was just not fighting the armbar. It was pretty easy to tell that he was out. So yeah, great win for Paddy. Dana White gave him $200K, and Dana White was pissed in the press conference. As I said before, you should go watch it if you haven't. He was going off on a lot of things. It's like I've never seen Dana just like publicly cut a fighter. Maybe it's happened. Let me know in the comments if it has. But he just publicly cut Makhachev. Like, he's basically like, no, we're not re-signing this dude. PFL can have him. Like, what the fuck? That's actually kind of crazy. Anyway, let's move on to the next fighter. Or next fight, sorry. Tom Aspinall is the real heavyweight champion, and he smokes Jon Jones in the first round. And if you think otherwise, you're a delusional, coping, Jon Jones gay fan. And the reason I said gay is because I think you have to be gay at this point to be a fan of Jon Jones. Like, the way that I hear people talk about Jon Jones is only the way that someone who is gay would talk about another man. So yeah, we'll get that out of the way. But Tom Aspinall deals and handles Curtis Blaydes in a minute flat. 1 minute exactly on the time. This dude just continues to lower his average fight time. Bro, all I'm going to say, since Jon Jones' last fight where he won the belt against Cyril Gane, who has no takedowns, since that fight in March of 2023, Tom Aspinall has won 3 fights in the space of, 3 minutes and 22 seconds, I want to say. He's dealt with March and Tabora, whatever, that's not that impressive. But then Pavlovich and Blaydes, in a minute for Blaydes, a minute 4 seconds for Pavlovich, and then a minute 13 or something for Tabora. This dude, or a minute 9 for Pavlovich, something like that. But yeah, this dude has dealt with 3 top 10 fighters in the world in 3 minutes. Nuts. Aspinall's crazy good. He got caught a little bit early, looked a bit sloppy, overextending on some shots, but it only takes one from him. He's too quick, he's too powerful. Precision beats power and timing beats speed. But Curtis Blaydes is a great fighter. I'd love to fight him in a trilogy down the road. Aspinall deals with him immediately and gets him out of there. Not an early stoppage. Some people said early, the Jon Jones Cope fans are like, early stoppage, there's no way he does that to Jones. No, you're right, bro. He doesn't do it in a minute. He does in 30 seconds. Aspinall's the real champion, 100%. That is a title defense, not of the interim belt, of the real belt. Jon Jones also, what's his name? Aspinall defended the belt before Jon Jones. He wore the championship shorts before Jon Jones. He is the champion, and if you think otherwise, you're coping and you don't know anything about the sport. Let's move on though to the main event. Oh my god, we are so cooked. Belal Muhammad wins the belt in the most Belal Muhammad way possible. 49-46 decision, 48-47 on 2 scorecards. Leon, in my eyes, won the 3rd and the 5th. Belal won the first 2 and then the 4th pretty clearly. And then I don't hate if you give Belal... Leon obviously clearly won the 3rd, but I don't hate if you give Belal the 5th, but Leon probably wins it on damage. But no, first round was pretty clear Belal. Second round, definitely clear Belal. 4th round, definitely clear Belal. Second, 3rd, and 4th were easy as fuck to judge. First and 5th were pretty... first was pretty clear Belal. 5th was probably the closest round of the fight based off damage. But no, Belal wins. Clearly not a robbery at all. And he gets it done, and he wins the belt, and we are so cooked. Dana White hated the fight. He's like, they're like, what did you think of the fight? And all he's like, it wasn't a barn burner, was it? That's all he said. I wish someone's like, what do you want to do next with Belal? Belal? What are we doing next with Belal? Shavkat. Shavkat's next for Belal. October, kid. Get ready. We're turning you around. Dana, what about the cut on his nose that requires stitches? Doesn't matter. You're going to go into that fight with stitches. So Belal, Dana's fuming. But he wins, and fair enough. He pushed the pace. He got in Leon's face. He beat him in the striking, the grappling, and the wrestling. Got a better resume than GSP. I'm a couple wins away from GSP, I'm better than all these guys. You give me 8 weeks, I beat Jon Jones. You give me 4 weeks, I beat Jon Jones. You give me 8 weeks, well, I beat anyone in the world. Some shit like that. That's what, I don't know what he's saying. But, Belal wins, fucking hell. What the hell? Anyway, that's it, boys. See ya. No, I don't know. First round, Leon's guard was shit. His defense was atrocious. He was getting tagged. He was literally getting jabbed up by Belal. I'm like, Belal's gonna score takedowns. I was extremely confident that Belal would take Leon down, but I was like, Belal's not better than Usman, surely. Surely Belal can't secure dominant control for minutes on end when Usman couldn't. But no, I was wrong. So yeah, Usman, Leon got back up from it. Leon would get taken down from Usman and just immediately get back up to his knees and get taken down. But no, Belal gets the body triangle without fail every time. Leon Edwards coming in with the Adesanya excuses, being like, throughout fight week, my body, it felt slow, felt heavy, felt tired, botched. So Leon coming in with some subtle excuses, I respect it, honestly. But no, Belal gets the win dominantly, clearly. I'm watching Paddy's interview right now. I'm not, obviously don't have the sound on, but yeah, I haven't seen Belal show up yet. But fair enough to him, man. Won the belt in the most Belal fashion possible. I had bets on Leon Edwards, so I'm coping a little bit. But again, there was just not a lot of logic in picking Belal when, because unless you genuinely were convinced Belal's better than Kamaru Usman, if you thought that, then fair enough. But if you thought that Belal was worse than Usman, but you were picking him, it just doesn't really check out. So yeah, but no, fair enough. Belal put the pace on him, probably on EPO, but whatever, that's fine. Who cares? Everyone is at this stage. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. But yeah, Belal gets it done, and he's the new champion of the world. The card. I went, I think, 8-6 on picks. I got the first 4 right. I got the next 4 wrong. I got the next 2 after that right, so I went 6-4. I got the next one wrong, 6-5. I got Aspel and I got Paddy right, so 8-5, and then I got the main event wrong, so 8-6. Let me quickly do some calculations. 8 divided by 6. Wait, what? This is live mathematics here. No, 8 divided by 14, sorry. I got 57% on picks. I'm washed. Anyway, guys, that'll do it. Fucking hell. Next fights to make, probably coming soon. We're cooked, chat. Never forget, this is the 9/11 of the MMA world. Dana cut Makhachev. That makes up for anything on this card. That's the best part of the whole card, that Dana cut Makhachev. Anyway, peace out, boys. See ya.